When it comes to Mario music, the Super Mario Galaxy games 100% has some of the absolute most glorious songs out of the entire series. Today I'll be listing what in my opinion are the top 10 best songs in the first Super Mario Galaxy game. We'll tackle the songs in Super Mario Galaxy 2 within the next few weeks, and the rules are pretty straightforward, so without further ado, let's get started. I feel like Space Junk Galaxy is one of the classic Mario Galaxy songs that comes to mind whenever discussing this topic. If I'm being completely honest, this song is kind of like a good homemade burger. There's nothing special to it, it's just good and satisfying. Normally when I'm ranking Mario songs, I can name a specific emotion or at least part to compare it to, but for Space Junk Galaxy, I also got nothing. It's kind of just chill and feels like dozing off in a nice comfy chair. Do you know those really bootleg beanbag chairs in libraries? You literally just end up getting consumed by it for 25 years until a weird scabby kid digs you out of it? Yeah, me neither. But you understand what I'm talking about, right? I guess I was able to make some sort of really weird, obscure, and flat out stupid analogy, but to sum it all up, it's songs like Space Junk Galaxy that allow you to just daydream and feel completely enlightened. It 100% hits perfectly at home and just fills you with serene grace. God damn it, man. Songs like this are my unguilty pleasure. There's one just like it in Galaxy 2, and both of them are just complete and absolute bops. It's a direct remix to the Bowser levels in Super Mario 64, and wow, it doesn't take any of the magic out of it. Hell, I'd even go to say it expands upon that theme and makes it even better. It's the perfect aura for the Bowser levels in Super Mario Galaxy since they're designed so fiercely and dynamically. I think it's so fitting because of its roots from Super Mario 64, because think about it, in that game it's using a dark level, a fire level, and a sky level, and it fits all those themes so well and distinctly. Because of that, it translates to a style of the game even as dynamic as Super Mario Galaxy and adds so much flavor to all the Bowser levels that makes arriving at one so exciting. Normally I'm not a fan of songs that are repeated throughout several levels, but damn dude, I could listen on this any day on repeat and just feel satisfied with it. This is definitely my absolute exception. As much as I hate to admit it, this godforsaken motion control Galaxy has some pretty catchy tunes. I wouldn't call it very well made and exquisite, but the best way I can describe it is kind of, well, honestly just kind of stupid. But like in a good way, not stupid like, well, me, but stupid like, hey, stupid, let's go. It definitely has its special charm to it. It makes it fit so perfectly with the level. In a way, the level being so wonky and silly is what the music fits to, and it makes it somewhat enjoyable. This is definitely the biggest curveball in this top 10 list, because I always gotta throw in one or two, but I felt like its inclusion was definitely a good idea just because it's so unique. I know calling it number 8 might be a little bit overselling it, but I think it gets some extra points for at least giving the "hey, stupid, let's go" vibe. I don't know, man. There's just something about beach and water level songs that just give me the perfect vibes. I guess there's nothing that complicated about it. It's just a nice tropical sounding theme with some cool chill instrumental sections that has the Friday night feel to it, if you know what I mean. This may sound a bit odd, but if those penguins scattered across the island were put in a band together somewhere along the beach, it would perfectly fit the vibes of both the song and the whole of Beach Bowl Galaxy in general. Can we start a petition for a quick update to 3D All-Stars to add a penguin mariachi band to Beach Bowl Galaxy? Come on, let's start a petition for this patch. It'll be totally worth it. We'll deal with the lawsuits and stuff that will probably come later, but trust me guys, let's sign this petition. Toy Time Galaxy has just such a simple remix of the 1-1 theme we all know and love, but it fine-tunes it so well to perfectly encapsulate the environment constructed like a little kid's toy box. I'm beginning to notice a trend for some of the better Galaxy songs. They're simple, but just add their little shtick or gimmick that just adds the perfect amount of oomph that makes them so satisfying to listen to. Okay, so where were we? Right. Toy Time Galaxy spices up an already iconic song that's so satisfying to listen to, just to add a little bit of oomph to make it stand out so well and gives it that cinematic atmosphere that all Super Mario Galaxy songs love to convey. I mean, obviously it's not some intense, climactic, and explosive theme, but it's a nice and playful theme that stands out perfectly next to the abundance of all the epic and vigorous themes. Unfortunately, I do just find some of those super intense themes a whole lot better, as you'll see in the second half of this list. Speaking of super epic themes, bam, we got Booby Base Galaxy, which is 100% one of the most notable themes in Super Mario Galaxy because it's just so gloomy, intense, and ominous. I especially enjoy this song because out of all the themes in Super Mario Galaxy, it definitely is one of the most space and galaxy exploring like songs. It feels like the type of song you'd hear during an alien invasion movie or something like that, and it works really well with the whole invading a giant space fortress thing. One thing I believe that differentiates Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 perfectly is the literal atmosphere. Galaxy 1 always has such a more dark and cinedramatic theme, while Galaxy 2 is always more light-skied and ambiguous with its themes to create an overall much more cheery and lighthearted tone. Booby Base Galaxy encapsulates a much more intense and dark atmosphere Galaxy 1 specializes in. It's truly an unforgettable theme that resonates with me so well. There's so much wrong Nintendo could have done with this Galaxy's theme, but they avoided every single one of those faults and made something absolutely amazing. Now, we'll take the intensity spectrum and turn it down to a medium rare because we've got everyone's favorite Hub World song, The Comet Observatory. It's always really nice and refreshing to hear such a charming, soft, and relaxing song after putting vigorous work into a difficult star. It's like the perfect lullaby, but it never makes you tired. It just gets you more and more excited and enthusiastic about turning your game on and selecting that file. It's one of those absolute classics that define parts of Mario Galaxy's soundtrack. It's definitely one of the most recognizable songs within both of the Galaxy games. You might not want to admit it, but come on, don't act like the derivative bliss of the song doesn't bring goosebumps across your entire body. Don't be a fool, just get indoctrinated by the song, and then we can seize the means of production. Actually, hold that thought, I think I'm looking a bit too far into it. I honestly feel like Bouldergeist's theme is one of the less praised and recognized songs throughout the Galaxy games, which is honestly just a crime. I mean, this is one of the best boss themes in the entire game, and I hear nobody ever talk about it. It's the perfect ominous tone that perfectly fills the ghostly atmosphere and, I guess, the literal ghostly galaxy void in the boss fight against Bouldergeist himself. I love how it gradually gets more and more eerie as the battle progresses, and since Bouldergeist is somewhat of a difficult boss, it adds that tiny bit of stress and anxiety that makes the boss fight all the more exciting. I'm not really sure how it does it, but Super Mario Galaxy really seems to just have a way to make the lighthearted and cheerful songs insanely cheerful, and the more dramatic and dark songs super dark and super dramatic. And the Bouldergeist theme is an absolute perfect example of that. Holy shit, dude. Gusty Garden Galaxy is a straight up banger. It's 100% one of the most classic Super Mario Galaxy songs in the entirety of the game. I know all these song listing music videos have had me thrown the word bliss and specifically derivative bliss like I'm juggling, but for this song, I truly mean it. I'm gonna be 100% honest, I have no idea what derivative bliss exactly means. I saw it in a Scott the Waz's Super Mario Galaxy 2 video, and it just, for some reason, just clicked, like it became the perfect term to me that represents something as enlightening as Gusty Garden Galaxy. It has the perfect musical explosion that can make any scene insanely uplifting. And Nintendo even acknowledges how amazing the song is by using it again in both Champion's Road of 3D World and as a usable song in Super Mario Maker 2. I mean, you 100% cannot blame Nintendo for being so in love with this song. I mean, it stole the hearts of everybody in the fan base, so reusing it just feels like free real estate at this point, and I'm certainly not complaining about it. Nintendo could keep using this theme for the next 100 years and nobody would question it, they just vibe with it. Out of all of my list with anything to do with Mario songs, I've always put a serene, calm theme or an upbeat, catchy theme in the number 1 slot. But Mario Galaxy just does so well at putting the intense climactic scenes into the ranks with many of the mainstream classics. The final boss music is just plain epic. Trust me, I don't throw that word around lightly. After all these encounters with Bowser, this song brings it all full circle. It's kind of amazing that after all these years, all these losses and all these humiliations, Bowser still manages to be threatening, probably because he simply refuses to be anything other than that. He's always in the next game, and I'm always ready for an awesome showdown with him. It has a perfect climactic and cinematic boom that makes the final boss fight all the more exciting. It's 100% the most fitting theme in the entire game, since you've come so far at this point through all these other intense songs and moments, just to come up to Big Guy himself to be presented with one of the greatest Super Mario themes of all time. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I mean, I certainly did. So if you did, leave a like, subscribe. I don't see why you wouldn't. Peace out.